Muted.
Hi everybody, I'm Holly Claire with the Social Media Advisor. I do social media support for the National Costumers Association. Today, this is our monthly call talking about different strategies in social media. And I have a very specific topic I'm going to be talking about today, and I've asked the group who are attending to please type in questions into the chat box. So if we get some questions, then we'll be able to answer those. Otherwise, we're going to talk about branding in social media as far as putting your logo and your brand on your images, and so you're not using Google images to market and run the risk of fines. So one of the trends that people have is they go into Google, they'll type in a topic, let's say I want to look for wigs for theater, and got a little bit of an internet delay, but wigs for theater comes up with some search results, and what some people do is they go to images and then they capture images that they find are interesting for their brand. Well, 9 times out of 10, all of these images that come up in a Google search have some sort of copyright behind them. So you don't want to actually use an image that isn't yours, that someone else has loaded up here. So what I recommend is there's a couple of techniques when you share on your website or share in social media. The first is you'll want to take the original picture to prove that you actually own it and rename it, so that way it can come up in like a Google search result. An example of this is if I have an image of a wig, let's say, and I go to load it up into the website or into social media, it might have a really long name tied to it, such as 102759963. Well, that's not going to make it searchable. It's not going to bring any traffic back to my website, and no one's going to search for that, right? But they might search for black wig that looks like Elvis, and I could actually name my image that while I'm saving it to my computer before I uploaded it into the website, into a blog, into a newsletter, into social media. And that's what all these people have done. They've renamed their images that tie them back to their brand and name them in such a way that it would come up in this very specific search result. So that's the ultimate goal for you as well. So rule number 1, rename your images and make sure they are originally yours. So that way you come up in search results and the Google spiders like it. The other thing you can do is add your logo and different information about your company to images that you share in social media, on your website, in your blog, or in newsletters. And I use a tool called Canva, CANVA.com. And what Canva is it's a free tool that has a variety of different templates. You can kind of see through here. Here's some examples of some things that we've worked on in the past. And what we've done is we've taken their templates and our colors and our branding and put the right fonts and logos all over these images. Now, some of these images are quotes, some of these are well wishes, some of these are pictures that we've taken. If you're sharing information that's valuable to your audience, as far as quotes or something inspiring, or let's say you've got a tip about getting ready for production, you can easily share those in a social media appropriate format with all of your branding on it. And it looks a lot better than coming up with something generic from Google. So to use this tool, you create your free account under canva.com. And it takes you right to your main page, which will ask you, how do you want to create a design? You can create designs for posters and all sorts of different things. But the most popular version of this is this first one, which is social media. It gives you a list of different types of layouts that you can use. Some of the layouts are free, and others are $1 each. They also give you some generic images, stock images that you can use for it as well. And you'll see it kind of populate over here to the left. So if I see a layout that I like, whether it's $1 or not, I can just easily move that over. You know it will cost money when you move it over to the box, and there's little lines going across it that say Canva in the background. So if I don't want to pay any money for it, then I would select one that actually says free. So this is a good example of a quote. In this particular case, it says education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And they're celebrating Teacher Appreciation Week. Well, the fascinating thing about this is maybe these aren't my colors. Maybe my colors are something like, let's see, that's nice purple, maybe that blue. And I just click my mouse over an area, and it'll allow me to change some different things in here. So in this particular case, I wanted this color. I maybe wanted a smaller size font. And I want the font to match up with something that I like a little bit better. You can adjust a lot of different elements in here. So if you go over to the left, over to elements, it will show you there's all sorts of different freebie things that you can add in here as well. So maybe I want to add this little bit of design, maybe make it blue. And maybe I want to add some design up here and make that gray, let's say. Now you've just added some really custom appearance to your image. There's a variety of different things. You can just play for hours if you want, but literally when we're creating social media posts for some of our clients and we create these custom quotes, it's really wonderful because now it's totally and completely branded to them. You can upload your own images as well. So in this particular case, let's say I want to add a logo. Now you can see that the image is completely branded by you, and so if it was to come up with, if someone was to do a quote, research in Google, your image could come up on that, which would get them traffic back to your website. It also brands it to you so that no one can steal it from you and risk running fines. So that's the information that I definitely wanted to share with you today. Hopefully you've got some ideas kind of mulling around. I'm going to just open the mics up for questions. I didn't see any questions typed in, so feel free to ask whatever questions come to mind as far as creating your own images for your social media, website, blogs, and newsletters. And your mics are open. Okay, so since we don't have any additional questions, use this as a tool to help brand your business a little bit better. It's super easy to use, absolutely fun, really helps you get your name out. And like I said, if you scroll down here and look through some of these are just really interesting ways to really put your brand into your marketing. Because 2016 is the year of your brand in your business. So as far as marketing goes, your brand in video, your brand as far as your images, tied to your memes, tied to your quotes. Guys, it's all about you, not necessarily all about the product, because people will find a product with a company that they like, know, and trust. Well, how are they going to build that? By getting to know you and your brand. So remember to be consistent, play with the tools, have fun with it, and schedule things out ahead of time so that way you're not having to think about it every day at the same time. I'm Holly Clear with the Social Media Advisor. Feel free to email questions, and we will be able to answer those for you. I look forward to you guys joining next month, and we'll be talking about another topic related to social media and planning for your brand. Thanks so much.